welcome to Short Story Scene. I'm your host, the storyteller, and here we have a tale called Love by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. All thoughts, all passions, all delights, whatever stirs their mortal frame, all are but ministers of love, and fed their sacred flame. Often my waking dreams do I live over again in the happy hour, when midday on the mount I lay, beside the ruined tower. The moonshine stealing over the scene, and blended with the lights of eve. And she was there, my hope, my joy, my own dear Guinevere. And she leaned against the armed man in statue of the armed knight. She stood and listened to my lay, and amid the lingering light. Few sorrows hath she of her own, my hope, my joy, my Guinevere. She loves me best whenever I sing the songs that make her grieve. I played a soft and doleful air. I sang an old and moving story, an old rude song that suited well and ruined wild and hoary, and listened with a flittering blush and a downcast eye and a modest grace, for well that she knew I could not choose but gaze upon her face. I told her of the knight that wore, and upon the shield of burning brand, at the 10 young years he wooed the lady of the land. I told her how he pined in awe, a deep and low and pleading tone, in which I sang another's love, interpreted my own. She listened with a fleeting blush, and a downcast eye, and a modest grace. She forgave me, and I gazed too fondly on her face. When I told her the cruel scorn, and the crazy and bold and lovely night, and that I crossed the mountain woods, and nor rested day nor night, that sometimes from the savage den, and sometimes from a darksome shade, and sometimes staring up at once in a green and sunny glade, there came a look from him in the face, an angel beautiful and bright. And when he knew he was a fiend in the miserable night, that, unknowing what he did, and leapt amid the murderous band, he saved from outrage worse than death the lady of the land. And how she wept and clasped his knees, and how she tended him in vain, and ever strove to expiate the scorning crazed his brain. And that she nursed him in a cave, and how his madness went away, when on the yellow forest leaves a dying man he lay. His dying words, but when I reached the tender rest, stained of all the deity, and the fluttering voice, the paused harp, disturbed her soul with pity. All impulses of the soul and sense had thrilled my guideless Guinevere. The music and the doleful tale, a rich and balmy eve, the hopes of fears and kindle hope, the undistinguishable throng, the gentle wishes long subdued and cherished long. She wept with pity and delight, she blushed with love and virgin shame, and like a murmur of the dream, I heard her breathe my name. Her bosom heaved, she stepped aside, unconscious of my look she steeped, and suddenly with timorous eye, and fled to me and wept. She half enclosed me with her arms, and pressed me with a meek embrace, and bended back her head, and looked up and gazed upon my face. 'Twas partly love and partly fear, partly 'twas a bashful art, that I might rather feel than see, in swelling of her heart. I calmed her fears, and she was calm, and told her love and virgin pride, and so I won my Guinevere, my bright and beauteous bride. And that concludes our tale, Love, by Samuel Taylor Coleridge.